Good morning, everyone. This is Ken Ivy, aka Pimpin Ken. I woke up to a lot of people hitting me up in my inbox, hitting me up on email and in my text messages, asking me, is it true? Well, first of all, let me say this, that no, it's not true. I don't know the young lady that's in that video. Never met her in my life. She never mentioned my name. But Tasha K, who's the interviewer, who was interviewing the interviewee, which is the young lady, tried to, defame my name, defame Bishop's name, and to categorize us and lump us into a category where, we were allegedly still pimping. Now, I can't speak for nobody else, but one thing I can say for sure is that I backed up off the game like the OJs and spin up off the game like the Barcades. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got a picture of a prostitute. I ain't got a picture of a hoe. I ain't got a picture of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here hustling solo dolo. The closest thing you're going to get to me having a bitch is my book, Pimpology, The 48 Laws of Game, and my other book, The Art of Human Chess, which you can get right now on audible.com. You just type in my name, Pimpin Ken. Now, I got out the game many, many years ago, and the reason why is because my daddy said I was a damn fool for doing Pimps Up, Hoes Down. My dad has since passed. He's deceased, but I didn't understand what he was saying. I said, Dad, I'm famous, everybody's speaking my name. It's like I made it. He said, yeah, but everything you do now, son, you're going to be under a microscope. He said, real game is not transparent. If you can see it, it's not game. And he said, real bosses move in silence. He said, don't speak unless you can increase the silence. And I knew at that point that I made a terrible mistake. My dad used to say, it's better to be like fog than like an icicle. He said, because fog, you can see it, but you don't know what's going on with it because it's foggy. You don't know what's inside of it. You don't know what's on the other side, but you can see an icicle. It's plain as daylight. So at that point, I decided to change my life and take a different route. I formed my film company and I did my first project, which was Pimpology, which you can see right now on my podcast, Pimpin Ken Podcast on YouTube for free. It's really like a part 2 to Pimps Up, Hoes Down. That's all I knew at the time. That's why only thing I can come up with, because Pimps Up, Hoes Down was a classic. People loved it. And, I wanted to mimic that because I wanted some money. And I did get 2 distribution deals with Grandmaster and Southern Music Distribution. And I even had it online. I was streaming it in 1999 or 2000 before everybody knew what streaming was. I was one of the first streamers. I had to throw that little plug in. After that, I briefly got into the entertainment business and I worked with Jermaine Dupri, Too Short, 50 Cent. I was on 2 of Lil Jon albums, 5 of Pimp C album, 5 of Pastor Troy album, Mac 10, Ice-T. I worked with a lot of people. So I had a good reason to get out the game because I was making more money out the game than I was making in the game. And I didn't have to look behind my back and I had no police action. So me being out the game, unlike a lot of other people, who get out because, they stayed in too long or they got old man time caught up with them. And, they wasn't the person that they was when they were younger, and they weren't able to do it like they used to do it. So the game pretty much took them out, That wasn't the case with me. I eventually moved on to a hip-hop fraternity, which is my organization. I created my own social media at hhfmedia.com. You can go there right now and you can set up your profile. Everything you can do on Instagram and IG, you can do at hhfmedia.com. It's my new social media site. I started my own clothing line at hhfgear.com. It's under construction right now. And we had our own award show. I've been doing an award show for 5 years. So I make money, different than other people. I also have HHF Films. I have HHF Magazine, HHF Radio. We have HHF Museum coming, HHF Cafe. So everything with me is all about hip-hop fraternity. So I changed my life. But, you know, for all my fans and my people out there, no, I'm not being indicted. No, I'm not being investigated for that, because that I know that I'm not doing. I don't have a picture of a hoe. I have a picture of a prostitute. I have a picture of a bitch. You know, only thing I have a picture of is my bank account, you know, and I have a picture of my children, you know. I have pictures of my mothers and my father, but I do not have a picture of a woman. Let's not have a woman. So let's get that clear. That's in the streets. You know, to me, that's backwards. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this lady, Tasha K, she basically using clickbait, and she using Bishop and my name and associated with Virgil. So Virgil tell me that the woman, you know, he knew her, but he didn't have nothing to do with her, that she came and he told he wasn't interested in her. And because of that, she was disgruntled and she was upset, and she started a hate campaign on him. So she's out here talking about Virgil being indicted and all this. This is 2 years ago. If Virgil would have been indicted, he would have been in prison by now. I know how the feds work. So that's not true. You know, ain't no police action and none of that going down right now with Virgil. You know what I mean? And I ain't seen Virgil, you know, Virgil 80 years old. You know, I ain't seen him with nothing. You know, I ain't seen him do nothing illegal. So I don't think that, you know, he's doing nothing illegal. And if he is doing something illegal, I don't know nothing about it, you know. So until I see something, you know, that's my man. You know what I'm saying? Even if he is doing something, he's still my man, but I doubt if he is. You know, but, you know, of course, you know, Bishop, you know, I don't even know why she put Bishop name in that category. You know, Bishop is a preacher. He's a bishop, you know, although he's a preacher for the streets, he hang with the people. I doubt if Bishop got anything to do with that either, you know. So we just have to be mindful that we can't just run with every story that we see, you know. And, you know, these people out here, they make money off of these YouTube videos, and that woman is smart. She's probably going to make a lot of money by indiscriminately putting our name in something where the lady don't even mention our name. Only time my name was mentioned, and if you listen to her voice, is when Tasha K mentioned our name. And she tried to lump everybody in the same category. But truth be told, you know, that don't have nothing to do with Nora Bishop or myself. But, you know, hey, nice try, Miss Tasha K. I know you're trying to get your money, but, you know, you should think about people who have family and have businesses out here. And that's why I had my lawyer to send her on her DM. You know, he gave me a letter, a cease and desist 2 years ago. So this is not only BS, but it's old BS. It's over 2 years ago, and she put it out as though it's alive. That alone should let y'all know that this woman is deceptive and she's manipulative, and she's trying to manipulate and deceive everybody into believing that, you know, it's some type of big feds extravaganza and that Bishop, Big Virgil, and Pimpin Ken is connected to it. So that's my response. The only reason why I respond because so many people was hitting me up about it, to the point where I feel that I had to make some type of statement. And I had to, you know, let people know that, you know, whatever's going on, it don't have nothing to do with me. I don't know nothing about nothing. And like I said, you know, I never met this young lady. I never seen her. She said something about some underage. Well, she looked a little old to me. You know what I'm saying? She might be older than she looked, but definitely I don't know her. You know, so why she, and she never mentioned my name. So, you know, that's self-explanatory. So I say, please go watch the video. I know I'm going to help her get some money, but watch the video all the way through, and you will see that the woman is not talking about me. She's talking about Virgil, but Virgil saying that she's just disgruntled and she's upset about something, and she's trying to lump his name in there. So definitely, you know, go get my book, The 48 Laws of Game and the Art of Human Chess. In the book, The 48 Laws of Game, at the end of it, I tell people specifically, chapter 48, to get out of the game, that the game ain't worth it. So this is my letter to the world. I wrote, it's a bestseller. Simon Schuster made, I didn't make it, but they made a lot of money off of it. And not only they made a lot of money, millions of people then seen this book. And in this book, I'm telling millions of people, chapter 48, to get out the game. My other book, The Art of Human Chess, I teach people how to finesse and how to handle business situations. And I give examples like, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Jermaine Dupri, how they were able to navigate and play chess and become successful, and in that book, I talk about stop human trafficking. All my books, I talk about stop human trafficking. The only thing people can get out of that is he's a pimp. Well, newsflash, Malcolm X was a pimp too. But y'all love Malcolm. Malcolm was in the gang. Malcolm went to prison like me. Everything that Malcolm went through, I went through. But for some reason, in the 21st century, y'all don't want to accept people making a transition and people changing their life. But newsflash, I'm a new person. I've changed. I no longer, participate in that lifestyle. When I talk about it on podcasts, it's because they asking me about it. Just listen to the questions. Well, how was it like to be a pimp? How many girls did you have? What's this and what's that? How do you do this? How do you do that? And because I'm on their podcast, I just answer the question. But I only have one motive, is to teach people about the hip-hop fraternity, which you can go to at hhfmedia.com. And you can see what I'm doing. You can see all the positive things. You see how every Monday at the Ice Bar, 5456 Fayetteville Road, I let all the children come in for free. This is what I'm on. You can see, the positive stuff that I say in my message. No, I don't promote prostitution. I denounce pimps up, hold on, denounce American pimp. You know what I'm saying? I can't denounce my brothers. I can't denounce my sisters because they went through the same thing I went through. So when you see me, if you see me on the track, of course, I'm giving them a movie. I'm selling them a documentary, a USB with some positivity on it. Showing them how I got Boosie a book deal, how I got Ice-T a book deal, how I got Corey Wise a book deal, how I got 2 book deals on my own, how I'm building an organization from scratch, how I'm building businesses and I'm empowering women and men through my company, and I'm not even the owner of the company no more. The company is owned by a corporation, and I'm not the CEO. James C.B. Gray is the CEO. So they go to show you that I'm not just doing this for myself. I'm not trying to get glory. I'm not trying to get fame. I got plenty of fame and plenty of glory. I'm done with it. So y'all know my glory. Now y'all know my story. So yes, you know what I'm saying? Me, I'm free. No, I'm not being indicted. No, I haven't talked to any feds. No, I'm not in the game anymore. So, that just kill it. So tell people if they're concerned, don't worry about it. Ken is okay. Ken is not in trouble. Ken is not in the game. And Ken just out here trying to build his organization, the hip hop fraternity. And you can join for free. Just go to hhfmedia.com, sign up, and you can be a member. We don't charge anything for membership. So go and join the hip hop fraternity at hhfmedia.com and set up your profile and do everything on my profile, on HHF profile, that you do on Instagram and Facebook. Treat the brother man like you treat the other man. Give us the same chance you gave Mark Zuckerberg, that you give Elon Musk. Shop with your brother, and come on over here and get some of this good knowledge. And let's build our community back through hip hop. Hip hop is what's going to put us on the next level, So hip hop fraternity, ladies and gentlemen. And thank all y'all for y'all concern. I'm doing well. And all my children that's been hitting me up, son, daughter, daddy is okay. You know what I'm saying? Don't believe the hype. Go watch the video and listen to every word. You'll see the lady never mentioned my name. I'm out of here. Peace.
HHF.
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 HHF. HHF.
The ambassador of HHF. One of the first members.
And that's what I want. I want everybody to understand. It's our culture, our call. That jacket I give you, let me see that right quick.
Hip hop fraternity jacket, varsity jacket.
But it says something on it that's very important. I don't know if the people can see that.
The culture, our call.
Our culture, our call.
Yep.
So when we think about it, right, now this year is going to be very profound when I'm about. And while I got your attention, make sure you go and get my book at audible.com. Pimpology, the 40 Laws of Game. This is the book everybody talking about. This is the book that your daddy should have put you up on. Everything your mom and daddy didn't teach you, this book will. Trust me, it's a whole lot of game. I also got another book called The Art of Human Chess. If you're a mastermind, if you understand strategy, if you want to learn how to maneuver, if you want to learn how to finesse, go get that book, The Art of Human Chess. That's right, at audible.com. Type in my name, Pimpin, in the search box, and it will also come up. Make sure you subscribe.